But speaking of all that, Lex, I didn't like that performance.
I didn't either.
I didn't like Joker.
Okay. I didn't like the fact they made Lex Luthor into like a Joker character, like a mad scientist character.
Mm-hmm.
But Jesse Eisenberg as an actor, like, he did fine, I thought. But I just didn't like that portrayal of Lex Luthor. Absolutely not. That's why I was really iffy when I heard he got casted for it.
It's weird. Like, I would think Lex should be as big as Batman and Superman, like, stature-wise. And he's just so small and not intimidating at all.
Calm and composed, like, business man.
Yeah.
With, like,
they turned him into a fucking, like, Silicon Valley...
erratic ADD.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like a tech guy.
I mean,
they really turned him into a 2016 tech company guy.
Like what I was what I discussed with you guys, I really liked his lines. Like his writing was like the most solid like out of all of the cast. I liked his lines. I like his but how he said it or how he delivered it, because how they wanted him to deliver it.
Yeah.
Was very silly, very mad, and it just ran too parallel with Riddler and Joker. Like it's too. We've already had Joker, and we've already.
We're gonna get a Joker also.
Yeah, and then Jim Carrey's Riddler. I mean, we know the mad type character.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. We wanted to see somebody that was more Lex. What we how we see him as, not the mad scientist type. Now, if they had him more serious when he delivered his lines, as opposed to being mad and, loony and crazy, I would have accepted him as is, despite him, his physicalities and all that stuff.
Right.
I would have just accepted him as like, oh, he's a bad guy, and he was like, oh, he means business. So.
Go ahead.
My counterpoint to that is, I heard it's Alexander Luthor and not like his father Lex Luthor, right? And there's supposed to be two different characters that I've heard, right? And I heard that Alexander Luthor is a more type of that kind of crazy, and I also agree that like they shouldn't have like done it that way. But I'm just like defending like the point that
that's not actual
Lex
Luthor.
Yeah, it's not actual like Lex Luthor.
I actually didn't like a lot of his dialogue. I
Oh,
thought it was too on the nose of, hey, non-comic book readers, this is your doomsday. What do you say? Something like that, meet your doomsday. I'm like, oh.
Well, I mean, that I can see, but
stuff like that bugged
his whole thing with that whole speech with him
about the gods and stuff.
Yeah, like I really liked that. Like, and then like Grandma's peach tea and
that was
that was cool.
It was really it was a really nice take on like.
But way too long.
Yeah.
I like the Jolly Rancher.
Oh yeah, I like that scene.
I was like, oh man.
Lit. I was like, damn, that's gross, but
I thought that was funny.
But yeah, but that peach tea scene, she looked at that way too many times.
Yeah, too many times.
That scene was way longer than it needed to be. It should have been maybe a double take and that's it.
Yeah.
And blow
and
up.
then turn it around and then blow up and I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
She did like
4 million takes, man.
Like reading each letter.
Yeah.
And
wow, I can't. That scene bugs me. That was cool. It's cool. The idea is really cool, but it wasn't. It wasn't.
to be that long.
Yeah.
I think that touches
Dragged
on the.
out.
Oh no, sorry. What
No, I said just dragged out.
Yeah, I think that touches on the editing. Like, maybe she didn't do that many times in the actual scene, but like they're like.
That was all her takes. Like, just like throw them in there.
Like, this is my last scene. Might as well go back.
Yeah, it's like I like that take and that take and that take and then just put them all, use them all.
And I think that like, man, just the editing wasn't that great. Like that scene and the, like how like sporadic it was, like in the big like that first hour, or like it was jumping from like different like storylines, and you're just like trying to catch up to like, oh, we're at this storyline and not at that storyline.
Yeah. That probably what hurts the movie the most is just the editing's just so bad.
But in my opinion, it just kind of just shows how much they're just really trying to like catch up and condense everything.
Yeah.
No, for sure.
Yeah.
That's what it tributes to.
But do you guys feel like they need to play catch up?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You think so?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
They can't afford X many years of solo movies in a Justice League when by that time Infinity Wars would have been done, both of them or something, you know.
Yeah,
And
and
they
would
need
have
to play
grossed
catch up.
that amount of money
Yeah.
and the the audience and like then everybody would be on board with Marvel, and then
Mhm.
DC will be just kind of like, who are
Just
they?
just starting the Justice League.
Yeah. So, I mean, I'm hopeful. I want DC. I want Suicide Squad to be like great.
Yeah.
I wanted this movie to succeed.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I wanted
Mhm.
this to be awesome. I kind of went into the movie unbiased, but it is what
Right.
it is.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
think any of us went in there hating, except for one person that we know, but he's not here.
Yeah.
Let's talk about stacking bricks.
Oh, what was the point of that scene? What did he even say?
I don't even remember.
He was telling some story to Clark on the mountaintop about nothing.
And what? Why? Why did he see him?
Maybe I'm not
I thought I don't know.
I didn't understand it, or maybe I was just too busy hating it while I was watching, so I didn't pick up. Or what was
Yeah,
it?
you were hating.
Oh, it was with when
With
Kevin.
Jonathan.
Yeah, and he was talking about how he stopped the flood, right?
Yeah, they were talking about-
He
Yeah.
stopped.
He did it all
He
night.
and then basically
At like Lana's farm.
he saved
Yeah.
he saved
The
he
entire
saved their
farm.
farm, but then the other farm
Got
watched it.
destroyed.
I guess it's just showing them the reality that you can't save everybody.
Everybody.
But you gotta try.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which that made sense,
And-
but why is he hallucinating? What? He wasn't asleep. If he was asleep, then maybe. But he was just walking around.
Sleepwalking.
I don't mind that much. Why was he stacking bricks on top of a mountain with snow?
He was like building another house in Alaska or something.
Like if he's just tripping out, and he sees his dad sitting opposite him. All right.
yeah.
What's he
yeah.
stacking?
Showing that he's a builder, or like I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe
They
there's
gotta
a
Works with his
metaphor.
hands.
You
If
gotta
you know,
build
leave a
broken
comment,
things.
and I'll read it. What it is.
Why
I
is
think
stacking
it's
bricks?
just like the visual.
Yeah, I think it's
Yeah.
like you gotta rebuild. You gotta build like the way you want, like this.
Build your foundation.
Yeah.
See, 'cause
Build
I-
your house on Earth.
I think you could have dumped
Brick and
that
mortar.
and then go back to Lex and build Lex's motivation for why he hates Superman so much. Why does he hate Superman in this movie? If you don't know anything about the comics, don't know anything about Lex or now Lex Jr., why does he hate Superman in this movie?
It's just. I think it's just.
exactly.
Like one of the
Cut
biggest
that
points.
scene and
Yeah.
go explore that more.
Yeah.
And I think that scene also brings Superman back to, like, the real, like, to come back and
Reality.
save, like, or like to go back to work, right? Because he like leaves and because he has that scene, I guess he like comes back.
Could be.
And then second point, I get just like that. Only that one scene when they're on that helicopter pad really kind of explains it. Like, oh, like I hate gods, I guess, and like. Or
But
I
he's
hate God
talking.
and
But he's talking about how the new gods are coming.
yeah,
to
yeah, I
them,
know.
Which
Yeah.
is dark side.
I mean, he didn't call him a god though. I mean,
He did, didn't he?
did he?
Yeah.
I don't remember.
It's
I
like,
thought-
didn't he say like to kill a god you got to make one or some shit like that, and then more gods are coming. He talks about the
Oh.
new gods. I know that for sure.
I don't know if they actually. I don't remember him
Uh,
actually mentioning new gods. But,
Mhm.
I don't think he says new gods, but he says there's gods coming or something,
Yeah.
or he's coming.
He's coming, and he says it in the jail cell, right?
I think so.
Yeah, that's when he says it.
The bell has been
the
rung.
bell, yeah.
The bells were wrong, yeah.
It's too late. They're coming. So.
They reiterated. I hated that scene. That was like when they just
The
kept-
last the
yeah.
jail.
It was just irritating.